Hi, everybody. We're here, most of us.
Hi.
These two don't count. Welcome to Friday Phixius 5. Phixius Friday.
Who to?
Doing
Where am I?
shit. You're over there.
Oh, okay, great.
There.
Continue.
That way.
It's fine. Great. Beautiful.
So, first things first, obviously, our Extra Life kicks off tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern with DM Rick and the Mystery of Mansion Minotaurus. Gonna be good times. Probably gonna cry and be scared, but that's okay. We're here for it.
Again, this was your idea.
I know. I don't have wise ideas. I just pretend. And then you guys let me do shit, and yeah.
Did you not agree to it?
It was my
It was
idea.
her idea.
It's gonna be fun.
But
Still
And
good.
our next announcement is this episode is sponsored by Canadian Dice.
what?
Yeah.
Yay! Hashtag we're sponsored.
Hashtag we are sponsored. So go to canadiandice.ca and use the code TheVactaire, all one word, and you will get 10% off your purchase.
Holla.
So thank
Get
you,
some
Ryan,
dice.
for sponsoring us and shit.
Clickety clackety.
Log in. I am logged in.
Are you though?
Yes. Like, I don't understand. Streamlabs have been fucking with me like too much.
Keisha, I'm taking pictures of your character sheet for you just in case.
Yay! Thank you. 'Cause otherwise, I can just pretend and just, choose numbers.
Good.
I
But that's
could.
okay.
Oh,
Anyway, there we go. Sponsor up.
fine.
Fundraiser up.
Whatever.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Take it away, Artemis. I'm gonna go fucking sit over here and just.
Sweetie,
I'm fine. Everything is fine.
everything's on fire. What are you talking about? All right, so last week you guys made it to Avirus and you explored the docks a little bit. You met Bait and Hook and everybody was sad. And then Ram sort of opened themselves up to that connection between Warforged, and you were able to locate sort of where Blade was, or at least ascertain that she was nearby. And then Karini used a spell to locate her. And then you were led to a warehouse where there was some very peculiar statues that looked very, very lifelike, as well as there was a secret underground hidden base thing that you originally had a plan, which lasted about 30 seconds. And then all hell broke loose.
Classic.
And we left off right at the tail end of all that fighting. Blade had just self-destructed, and you guys were sort of left in that room with there were other people in there. There were several either unconscious or nearly unconscious people in there. And yeah, Karini had just walked in to start a prayer of healing. Ram, I believe you said you were sort of going through the bits and pieces of what was left of Blade.
Yeah. Looking for whatever I need to. Oh crap! There we go. I'm here now.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey.
There you go.
We didn't recognize you for a second there, Ram.
Yeah.
So, Ram, as you start sifting through all this stuff, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, and I need you to make an intelligence saving throw for Reggie.
Oh,
I
jeez.
want to.
Snippity snappity.
Want to. Well, Reggie failed.
Yeah,
What did
get to
Reggie get?
finish.
Reggie got a 9, and I got an 8.
Okay.
So we
So-
both
Good
failed.
start. Oh,
As
good.
you are
Jeez.
as you are sort of like sifting through all of this stuff, your hand sort of brushes against what looks to be a small glass cylinder with like it almost looks like a fuse, like an old-timey fuse. And your hand brushes against it and your vision goes out completely.
Oh.
And for a moment all you can hear is like sounds of fighting and battle as you're sort of launched into a memory. And as that sort of happens, your vision sort of comes back to you, and you're standing on a battlefield, one that you don't really recognize. And you can see that like to each side of you there are other Warforged, and you sort of look up in front of you, and standing in front of you is a massive roiling shadow, and it has two glowing red eyes. Sort of looks down at all of you, and you at first you don't hear anything other than like the sounds of battle going on around you, but as you're looking at this thing, you begin to hear laughter, and just over and over again, it feels like it's coming from within and outside. Like it's everywhere. You can't get away from it, and you're sort of like it only lasts for a split second, and then you're sort of shunted back into like yourself, and your eyes come back. But that feeling, if you had bones, it would have rattled them.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
you
this is
sort of pick
vile.
you pick your hand up, and like you look, and you're holding a small, it just about this big little glass vial that looks like a fuse.
Check on Reggie.
You open up your chest plate, and like Reggie, he kind of waddles forward, and like he looks up at you, and he looks up and he's like, "Mom, what was that?" And like the fur on top of his head is literally like standing straight up, and there's like little sparks in it right now.
Nothing. Fine. And I just like quickly pet his head to get rid of the static.
Yeah.
Fine. Everything is fine.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, everything just got real sparky all of a sudden.
Yeah, I touched this and something happened, and I like pulled it out for him. Because, you know.
He kind of like, he kind of leans forward, and he's like, "Oh, you have one of those too."
Oh. I do?
Uh-huh.
Oh. You know what it does?
When you go into like your angry phase, it zaps me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It doesn't hurt.
Okay. Okay.
Tickles more than anything.
What kind of tickle? I'm not here.
You are though. You're like literally 5 feet away.
Okay.
You're a little burned, but you're there.
Filter is gone. I'm sorry.
And I'm the one that's having an adult beverage right now, and you're the one saying
Yep.
these things.
Yep, it's fine. It's fine. Reggie just kind of looks at it, and he says, I bet I could put that to use, Mom.
You're not gonna plug it into me, are you?
Well, yeah.
I don't know what it does.
Well, if I have another one like the one that you have, I bet it would boost your abilities.
But if it doesn't, and then I die. It's like 1 to 100.
What could go wrong?
Plug it in and I just explode.
Well, that would be inconvenient.
A little bit, yeah.
Ooh.
A little inconvenience. God damn it, Reggie.
Pretty inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'd probably take you with me, seeing as you're usually in my chest cavity.
He just kind of shrugs.
Don't go emo, whatever. It's like freedom now on me. Like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you?
We have yet to find out.
You guys haven't really had a lot of time to like sit down and just like inspect Reggie.
Investigate. Yes.
I don't think we're... I don't know. Rounds is doing this.
I don't know. Like, I'm literally not even doing anything.
Really, it's just my fault. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think there's a glitch with one of the modules, maybe.
Give it a tickle.
Is that gonna be your solution for everything? Just tickle it?
Just give it a tickle.
Do you two
With
have
a
your
knife.
character sheets?
I've got one on D&D Beyond. Yeah, I was just.
I
double
also
checking.
have one on D&D Beyond.
I might have, the one before it got properly updated.
Well, I'm taking pictures of yours, so
Glorious.
I'll send that to you in just a second. But yeah, Reggie just kind of like he kind of looks up and he's like, I mean, I could try.
What? Dying?
No, it would boost your abilities.
What if it
It's like an
doesn't?
amplifier.
What if I literally get so angry I explode?
What if this guy turns to fire and your nose falls off?
I don't have a nose.
Yeah, Ram doesn't have a nose. It doesn't apply.
Do you see a nose? And I like smacked my face a couple times, like.
It's something my mom used to say.
Oh.
Well, if I try to finish healing and then you try it.
Okay.
Murmuring prayers.
It's at this point that Aster, you notice that there are 5 other people in this room.
Oh,
Some of them are
right.
unconscious. There's one on the floor next to you.
Okay, are they bleeding out?
No, that one isn't.
Okay, then it's fine.
And
So I'm
Crane's
gonna...
working on healing them. So, but the person
fine.
who's on the floor next to you is the person that you saw Blade was holding when you guys sort of kicked the door in. And she's just kind of starting to come around, and she sits up and looks around at you guys, and like she's got sort of long dark brown hair, and she looks to be half elf. It's kind of hard to tell in this light because all the torches went out because duality. But she kind of sits up and she looks around and she's like, who are all of you?
Well, my name is Aster. That's Ram. That's Karini. That's Reggie. Who are you?
I'm Sarabi.
I know that name.
Yeah,
Yes, you
we know
do.
that name.
I don't think I know that name.
That is the name of a person we were looking for another person back in the place.
Yep, you're on the right track.
I'm getting there.
One sec. I have it written
Is
down.
is it
Arya?
The man?
Arya at the Thorn Vine in
Oh, okay.
Wildcall. And is he the guy who was working at the bakery?
Yeah, that guy. I was getting there.
Yeah.
Not the
Todd.
bakery.
Dang it, not the
No,
bakery.
no.
I wasn't there.
The guy at the store.
Like the knick-knacky?
The general store.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
I like to imagine that like all of us here are just kind of like staring at her like there's
Yeah,
something
you're
about
just,
you.
like, you're like, wait, hold on.
Wait,
Hey, wait a minute.
for
I know
it.
this person. I know
Wait
that name.
for
Why
it.
do I know that name?
Rainy is only like, oh, that's a nice name.
Briar Moss.
Fair.
There you go. You got there.
Ding.
Ooh, what now?
Briar Moss at the Briar Chart General Store.
Man, that was a
Yup.
while ago.
Yup.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I found it. Got too many books open.
Sorry, I'm trying to take pictures of Keisha's character sheet here. But yeah, she kind of looks around and she says, are you part of the group here too, or what's going on? I don't understand.
And we murder the people that work for this group.
Yeah, didn't you see us make Blade explode?
Might have been unconscious for that part.
Oh, yeah. Anywho,
She's been acting weird since she got here.
weird how?
I heard one of the other guards talking about her. They said that she was corrupted.
Corrupted how?
They said that... I'm sorry, I it's hard to hear sometimes, but they said that she was corrupted
Corrupted how?
They said that she was corrupted by the chained one.
Oh, that old thing.
They happen to say how or when or if something happened to have triggered this or that you're
Not
aware
that I heard.
of?
Just that when she got here, they said that she was.
And you don't think they serve this same chained one?
No, they served the Daughter of the Sky.
Those are unrelated, just to be clear.
I don't know. I've been here for a while.
Okay. I'm praying, I'm sorry.
I just picture you like pause mid-prayer to ask that and then keep going.
Rainy is just like nosy. Wait, what? What'd you say?
Wait, what was that again? Oh, sorry. Yes, you're on the verge of death. I get it.
Sorry,
what
I
was
was doing
that?
something. Don't mind me. And you serve... Question mark? Anyone?
I work for Arya back in Wildcall.
It's where we get the Hubba Hubba soup from.
Oh, yep.
She just kind of looks at you. I've never heard it called that before.
We didn't either until Elise. Never mind.
Elise from the other room just goes, I didn't know you guys knew what it was, okay?
I'm older than you are by like 3 centuries.
To be fair, you didn't know that at first.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you see. Never mind, it's not important. So we need to get you out of here and take you back home because there's a couple people I know for sure are missing you. Like Arya, obviously, and your parents, and Briar.
When you say Briar's name, she gets a look on her face.
What kind of look?
What kind of look? I insight that look.
She blushes a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She has a fever.
She kind of like looks at it. She's like, what did he say about me?
Didn't say anything.
Oh.
I have a book. That's all. I have a book that lets me see secrets.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, it comes in handy, and you were his secret. Sort of. It was more like, don't pretend to not be depressed because. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
But you were on his mind. That's all that matters.
He's a sweet man.
Yeah, he seemed like it. He's okay. Anywho, how about all these other people? Who
Yeah,
are they? You know who they are?
Yeah. Who are these people? Why are they here? Oh yeah, there's
I
those
know.
first people.
Well, and she kind of points over to a corner, and like a couple of the names don't really mean anything to you, but she does introduce you to the other guy who was missing from town.
Oh, yes.
Oh. We did really good.
Yeah.
Like-
And she tells you that up until yesterday, Kalais had been pulling them out sort of one or two at a time, and then they never came back.
Do we know who that person is? Did we already learn who that person is?
You kind of know who she is. She's like, you know, she's involved in all of this somehow, but you're not really sure. Like, nobody's really given you a definitive on who she is.
Okay.
Who is Kalais? Yeah, Kalais.
She seems to be in charge around here. And there's something funny about her.
Funny how?
Like,
Funny haha?
No, like, everybody seems scared to look at her.
Are you scared to look at her?
They just told us not to.
Did they say why? Did she just
No, they just said not to look at her.
in general?
They said if we didn't want to die a painful death, not to look at her.
Would it make sense to connect that information with the statues upstairs?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Cool.
What is she?
Granny just pauses praying and goes, "Oh, the statues," and then goes back.
Oh yeah. How do we fix
And I
that?
pray for the statues and
Is that your prayer? Are those your words?
pray for those poor statues.
Oh dear. So,
Well, it's a 10-minute prayer. It takes a long time.
Wow.
Okay, Keisha, hopefully those showed up for you.
do you know where she is?
I heard the guards say that she took a couple people and went south. Just along the coast. She was supposed to be back in a couple of days.
Huh.
They found something they were looking for.
What?
I heard them mention a tomb.
Oh, good. I'm sure that is nothing horrible. We can retire. It's fine.
Oh good. I was hoping you would say that. Well, let's go.
I was just being.
Oh. Still don't have a hold on that.
How long were they supposed to be gone down there? Couple days?
I'll.
They were supposed to be back in like 4 days. If nothing went wrong, they said.
Yeah. Guess something went wrong.
Well, they've only been gone a day.
Oh. I misheard that.
Blade showed up yesterday, and then they left after she got here.
Well,
Well,
let's retire.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's just move on. I heard there's a place with dinosaurs.
I would really enjoy seeing some dinosaurs. I think that would be really cool.
No, there's other things that we need to attend to. I actually need to see my family, I think. But that could be for another day.
Do your family live with the dinosaurs?
Well, Not technically.
That's a no then.
No, that is a no.
Is that? I would like them to live with that. Make it happen.
We'll make it happen. That
Yeah.
will be our dream home.
Yeah.
Where the dinosaurs live.
I like it.
So,
Can we just like leave these people to get back to where they go, and do we want to follow the ones who have left, even though we're a little behind?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not
You
Really?
do have a very big part of this place that you haven't checked out yet.
I was gonna say, should we see what else is in here before we leave?
Well, are there dinosaurs? All right, let's go check out the rest of the place.
If there is not even one dinosaur, I'm gonna be really upset.
We look for dinosaurs.
Okay, I put the map
Rainy's
in
looking
chat.
for
So you can
documents.
see where it is. Tell me where you would like to go on the map, and it'll tell you what you find.
I want to go to number 10.
Okay, so Aster strides off down the hallway and gets about
Right.
3 feet before she realizes, hey, it's pitch dark in here and I can't see.
It's dark in here.
I light a torch.
Hey,
Okay.
it worked.
Yeah, see.
There you go. So you head down the hallway to where number 10 is on the map there. And this looks to be this bedchamber is much better off than the other two that you've seen. There were pallets on the floors in the other ones. This one, there's a bed. There's a table with like papers and a couple of books piled on it. And in one corner, there is a small like lockbox.
I go for the lockbox.
Okay. It's just a little box, and it sounds like there's coins in it if you
Oh.
shake it.
Yeah, I'm shaking it.
It's locked.
Hmm.
I can help with that. I take it, I investigate it very closely, and then I smash the lock.
Yeah. That's what I knew you would do.
Okay. So you find there's 37 gold, 42 silver, and 20 copper in there, as well as what looks to be a diamond.
One second. I didn't
Aster
have
is
a pen.
very disappointed right
How
now.
big is a diamond? How much is it?
Looks like it's a decent diamond.
I have it.
Oh,
I'm
really,
not there.
Granny?
Well, here's the
Sorry.
thing.
37 gold.
42 silver, and 20 copper.
Well, certainly not a dinosaur.
Maybe the diamond is a dinosaur. Compressed into carbon.
Yeah.
Does the
There you go.
diamond look like it would be substantial, say around like the 300 gold range?
More.
500 gold range?
Yes.
Rock on.
Alright, well, that's a thing.
All of that looks absolutely useless to me. What else is in here?
It might not be useless to other people.
I guess that's true. I'll stick the diamond and shove it in my massive hair and assume it'll probably stay. Who cares? And move on. What are the books?
Rainy, you watch that happen. Very confused.
I'm still praying, but I'm so distracted.
Oh.
I'm like, what is happening? What are you doing?
Nothing! We just found like a giant rock, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
a rock.
It's
Okay.
pretty ugly in my opinion, but I don't know.
Aster, you would know that this could be used as a spell component.
I
Given the
know.
training that you've
I
had from your parents.
Don't know why people put so much value in this. This is like one of the most useless things, but okay.
Just toss it over your shoulder.
Right, yeah.
Out the
Look
window.
at that.
Or, you know,
Not even-
maybe you look at it and it's just fucking glass.
Ooh. Okay, that's a lot more interesting.
Definitely did not occur during a
Totally.
certain Monday night game.
No, you definitely don't have a cleric who's really bitter about it either.
Look, man, it's not my fault you guys didn't insight check or do shit.
Oh no.
I
Just remember, I'm
investigated
learning
that.
from you, so.
I know.
Anyways,
Fuck it, don't
there's
fuck
the
around
table.
and find out, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There is the table in the corner yet that you haven't looked through.
It's on the table. Dinosaurs.
Okay, so there are no dinosaurs on this table.
Aw.
You can make an investigation check. One, both of you, whatever, however you want to do it.
Unenthusiastic investigation check. Go!
I don't see any dinosaurs here.
You should never have brought that up. Yeah, that'll be a 4.
What'd you get, Aster?
4?
Yeah, some of these are in a language that you don't read, Aster. So, like, you're like, eh.
Mm.
Ram, on the other hand, you find, so most of it is like, either journals or like, there is like a ledger, it looks like, of names.
Is it like a ledger that we already...
It's very similar, yes.
Okay.
It's very similar. However, there are more names in this one.
Hmm.
And they're split into 2 different columns. There's one that says, there's one with the title on the column says Vlark, and then there's one on the title or on the column that says Makan.
So this one says Vlark.
Which you guys learned last time is the capital of Amun, which is
Yep.
across the Iriard Sea
Places.
from where you are now.
Oh, hang on. Why did that close?
Why did
Why
what
not?
close?
Streamline.
I didn't touch anything.
You won't see what we saw.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
I guess that was weird.
Yeah, that was
Hi, legs.
Actually, now that we're back, I gotta go for just 5 minutes, so we'll be right back.
Alright.
Oh no.
sorry, we're back.
There. Okay. It should clear it out now for you, Keisha.
Okie dokie.
Should be being the keyword.
Shoot.
There it is.
But will it? Oh no.
All right. So, yeah. So, Ram, you were looking at the table.
Yes, and I rolled
Okay.
a
17 or something, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So as you're, yeah, as you're looking at this table, a lot of it seems to be like ledgers or shipping manifests or something like that. But you do find what looks to be a sketch that causes you some minor concern, because it is this sketch of what looks to be a ship that you recognize from your past, where this kind of ship was used a long time ago to sort of navigate in through the astral sea. However, there are notes on this one, on this drawing, that indicate that they're trying to modify it to be used in the ethereal plane.
Oh, that's probably not good. No,
What?
not good at all.
Why would it be so bad?
Do I know, like, the ethereal plane and stuff?
You can roll me a history check. I would say at advantage for this.
So good at history, guys.
Not a super high DC.
15?
Not for this. Okay. So, before you went into stasis, after the war was over, after you had technically won, the Chained Oblivion had been bound in his chains, and they needed to figure out where they were going to put him. The rumors were that they were going to lock him in the astral sea somewhere. However, you know that at the very tail end of everything, right before the gods left this plane for good, they changed their minds and put him in the ethereal plane.
So,
So you found like a schematic or like just plans?
Yeah, so
to
like
do this?
it's like a drawing of a ship that looked like it just looks like a plain sort of astral skiff, but it's been heavily modified. The drawing has been heavily modified so that it would function in the ethereal plane.
I don't know if there would be much point in destroying it at this point. They may have already done this. Or are
Possible.
currently doing this.
but-
It is alarming to say the least.
So, that thing that Elise has told us about, the spinning chainy black guy in the river, the like facing, so that's the Chained Oblivion, and he's the one that we fought like or 2 millennia ago, and he's in the ethereal plane.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw
No, I don't.
at disadvantage.
I don't want to. Don't want to.
Stop making yourself roll things.
Didn't mean to. 15.
Okay, so as you're starting to say this, before you get the chance to say that he's in the ethereal plane, before you get a chance to say that part out loud, it's almost like static in your in your head. It just fills your mind completely, and you hear a voice that you don't recognize say, "Don't. It's dangerous." And then it goes away. female in tone. Not one that you recognize. It feels familiar, but in a way that you're not really sure why.
You good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ethereal plane bear. Traveling it easily bad.
Hold up to like shred the paperwork.
Sure.
Just shred it. Just shred it. Just shred. I eat some of it. Spit it out. Why? Keep shredding.
Okay.
I just kind of like burn the remnants that aren't soaking wet in saliva with my torch.
Easy enough. Easy enough, yeah.
Ooh.
Is there anything?
You okay? Did you swallow the wrong way?
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's the worst.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I took the first sip and it just hit like my uvula in the wrong way.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. In there.
The worst.
I'm okay. Everything is fine.
Everything is
fire. It's fine.
Huh.
We should just keep looking. I'm gonna take the ledgers.
Yeah.
okay. Yep. Yeah, they seem to be like Ram, sort of as you look through these ledgers, from what you've gathered so far, they're supposed to be sending everybody south. However, Kalais has not been doing that. And it looks as though there's like money changing hands as well with some of these names.
So if she's not sending them south, where is she sending them?
Across the Iriard to Vlark.
Oh, to the Moon Kingdom or whatever.
Yes.
Hmm.
And Elise kind of pipes up and says, well, it makes sense. Over there, magic users are prized.
Christ. What does that even mean?
Like, how?
Like,
Forced servants. There are ways to bind mages.
Ew.
yeah. Not a fan of that.
Has it been 10 minutes?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
He's
You're
just,
good.
like, looking
The other
over,
people,
like-
you finish your prayer, the people get up and start like moving around and stuff, and
Whoever
you know,
needed it would heal 14 points.
Yeah. So
Okay. Can I go to whatever room? What was?
they're down in 10. Yeah, you find them down there. Easy enough.
Can I go over to like the rooms next to the ones where they were fighting, like with 7, and then like go across the top there. See what all there is.
Yeah. So 7, there isn't anything in here. There's some plants like growing up through the ground and stuff like that, but nothing. There isn't anything in here. It looks like maybe there was some old equipment that was tossed in here. From the looks of it, this looks like it was once an old smuggler's hideout.
I'll
tell
Aster in case any of the plants are useful to her.
I look at those plants. Look real hard with my
Okay. None of the plants in this room are of any use to you. They look mostly like ferns or like beach scrub grass, that kind of thing. Nothing super exciting in this one.
And then I'll go to the next one over, which is 6.
Okay. So yeah, you push the door open in on this room, and this looks like it is it's got like alchemy supplies in it, and like potion making ingredients, that sort of thing in here. And you can make me an investigation check if you're looking around.
Yes. Oh, it just crashed again. Okay. Investigation. +3. 8. That's the number I always roll when I roll bad. Always an 8.
Okay. So you, thankfully, it's not like they're not like hidden or anything. They're just sort of on the desk. But you do find two plants that probably could be used as ingredients. Pasta, get down. We'll send those to you.
Eat the plants.
Yeah, it's like in Skyrim. You have to eat one of them to learn what they do.
Yeah.
I have an herbalism kit. Does that help me?
I need to find a way to make Aster somehow become chaotic. Ugh, the urges sometimes are so.
She's not already?
What's that? I mean,
You need to find a way to
She's
make her chaotic.
What the fuck is she?
That's hilarious.
this is me playing a not chaotic character. Just keep that in mind.
Sweetie.
You're failing.
Oh. Damn it! I feel so
Sent those to you on
tame.
Discord.
Okay. Heyo.
Well, okay. What else is there? What's another room? Where are we
There's
going?
room. You haven't been in 4 and you haven't been in 3 yet.
Oh my god, lucky number 3. Give it to me.
Okay.
Trail after.
Okay. Yeah, so as you sort of look around in here, there are a couple. So in here, there are like crates stacked against one wall, and you can see that there is like a chest that seems to be in fairly decent condition that has kind of a lock on it.
I just look. Just point.
Switch.
It is quite. It's
Okay.
quite large. It's like a footlocker almost.
Oh, well, I'll just smash the lock then. With my
Okay.
axe.
Okay. Yep. So you are able to do that, and you open it up, and
Who needs rogues?
there. It looks to be like there is, from the looks of it, there are very fancy clothes in here. Like very fancy dresses and like silk robes and stuff like that. But at the very bottom, you do find a small looks like a bracelet. And it has a red stone in it that's glowing faintly.
Sorry.
Yes. Can I investigate that, or maybe Arcana check? Or I hold it up for Ram, because you do Arcana's good. Right? I thought you had a special magic sensor.
Oh, detect magic, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we
It's
go.
magical.
Arcane awareness.
It's definitely magic.
It's definitely magical.
Oh, okay. Can I try to decipher what kind of magic?
I sent it to you on Discord. Afi.
Okay. It's the blessing of the Everlight.
Hmm.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Rainy just
Passive
runs from the
perception
other
of
room.
18. I run in.
You just run through the
Saying
wall.
what now?
It
Already shaped hole.
Activated whenever the wielder aids a creature in regaining hit points. This can be from a spell, class ability, or potion. The standard roll of the healing, you add additional hit points equal to the wielder's proficiency modifier. And this can be used on yourself or do somebody.
It seems like you should probably use it, Curini. Because I don't heal.
Thanks.
Apparently I don't believe in healing.
Oh, and you have to be good or neutral.
Oh, yeah, that...
Are
Well,
you
okay,
good or neutral, Aster? No, I didn't think so.
I'm...
Pretty sure you're
not
chaotic.
evil!
She's chaotic.
Ooh, I am
Just true chaos.
both. I am both neutral and good.
Well,
Wow,
then
double
here you
whammy.
go, and I just
Perfect
drop
match.
it in her fingers. And
Okay,
the
I'll
best
send it
part,
over to you.
it's adjustable because there's no back, so you can like stretch it over your thick sausage fingers.
It's a bracelet. It goes over your wrist, but
Oh,
sure.
right. Well, sorry, my fingers are huge. It fits over my fingers.
Shoot.
Wow.
So,
What do the fancy robes look like?
They just look like just fancy clothes, like in the PHB. Like you could find a set of fancy robes. There's one of them that looks like it is very lightweight silks, of like a teal color almost. Like it looks like I don't know if you know what harem pants are, where they have like the tight
Mm,
ankle cuff and then they're a little bit wider leg. Looks like that with like a
MC
very
Hammer
beautiful. Yep, hammer pants. Yep. Looks like that with very very beautiful silk top that goes with it, and what looks to be like a veil.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging the pants and top. And I might make a sack out of one of the robes. That seems pretty good.
There you
Seems
go.
like a good use of clothing, I guess.
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah.
I mean, I can't talk. I don't wear clothes.
Normally,
want,
I don't either.
I want to show
Yes?
Aster.
You okay?
Yes, I want to show
What did that
Aster.
bracelet do to you?
Took away all that
Well-
wisdom you gained. It made you dumb.
It's just an inverse.
Granny's nose starts bleeding.
I sent them to you on Messenger.
Yes,
Lisa.
yes. Oh yes, I show them to Aster and say, maybe we could brew these up into something together. I could help you if you want. You'd probably be better at it though.
Whoa!
The mushroom one can make potion of fire giant strength. We need to do that and give it to Ram.
Yes.
What is
You just
fire
dump
giant
on your
strength
head.
do?
I think it puts you up to like 20 something strength, like over 20.
Okay, because I'm at 20 already. So, but if it puts me over 20, fucking yes.
Oh my god. Oh, it's for 1 hour. Y'all, I need to boost my AC. That's my problem. As I wear these silky pants. I'm sure that'll help.
Potion of giant strength. Oh, yeah. Fire giant strength, 25.
I would like
Strength
that,
becomes
please.
25.
Please. 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 Please.
We should make this. Give it to Ram.
Okay. Well, we need to make it first.
Right.
It's not as the mushroom. It's a whole technique.
I'll help you.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, we'll make stuff.
It does do stuff raw. It just is not as
Yes.
cool.
No, it's not nearly as cool. Don't even.
Yeah.
Raw.
Just a little bit of poison versus 25
Who does
strength.
anything raw? Okay. Yeah. Sweet. What?
Who does anything raw?
You know, the amount of
I meant
unintended
raw
innuendo on the show.
Rules as written.
Did you
And the
mean it
amount
that
of
way?
intended innuendo on this show. What are you talking about? Like, it's just fucking everywhere.
I have no regrets for what comes out of my mouth.
No,
regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Nonsense.
Alright.
We're full of nonsense.
Yeah, we are. All right,
Only
yeah,
a lot.
we'll keep these and note to brew them. I think I have other stuff that I should brew
Yes,
had
yes,
for
you do.
for a while. I just need like a whole day of just brewing stuff and
Yeah, I could do that too.
alchemizing.
Alchemizing?
Yeah.
I think, or no.
I am wise. I am not intelligent. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Let's go to next room. Room 4. Is that the final room? Chickaroo?
Nope.
Chickaroo the room?
There's more up front.
No.
but-
Yeah.
I might go into the one in the middle. Unless they already
Number
did
5.
that.
No, nobody's been in there yet. Yeah. So when you go in there, Cranny, you find what looks to be a well with a bucket. Probably a way to get fresh water.
Get in the well.
I'll send the bucket down and see what the water looks like.
Okay. You pull it out and it looks like fresh spring water.
Oh.
Okay.
The last time I ran this, there was an intellect devourer in there. You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm just gonna.
I'm already
I'm
done.
gonna refill my water skin.
There you go.
Yeah, our party cannot have any more of that, so. Okay.
All right. So you go into number 4, and there's some like broken down shelves in here. There's a chest in one corner,
Ram.
and
Coming.
there's no lock on this one. It's just like a chest.
Nope,
I
doesn't
still
matter.
Smash it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, maybe we're a
Not
little
so much as
chaotic.
the chest itself, but if there's like a latch or anything, that's what I smash specifically.
Yeah.
It's amusing, even though it's not locked.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you do that, you
Everything explodes, you die.
I was
and
gonna
game's
say,
Oh,
and I'm done. Goodbye.
roll me an attack, just because it's funny.
over. Yeah. Okay.
It goes so well until
No.
That's funny.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. So what does your damage automatically then?
My
Just
damage
destroy.
automatically is 12 plus 11. Oh, 20.
Plus whatever you put on the whetstone. That doubles as well.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hang on.
This better not be the one chest with a dinosaur in it. Oh my god. Oh no.
27.
Oh god. I'm nervous
dare you kill the dinosaur.
now.
Wow, it's just mad. It really is mad at me.
35 damage.
Okay, that's without rolling anything.
What?
Like that's just what the damage would be before you rolled, because we do max plus roll
Yeah.
for natural 20s. Okay, so roll the rest of it then.
Oh no, that's all of it. Sorry, I misunderstood. That's all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
The only reason I asked is because as soon as you do that, a mouth appears
Ah.
and it tries to bite you. You almost one-shotted it. You were fucking close.
It's a mimic.
Oh yeah.
Baby.
I'm so glad that we're naturally violent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
Oops.
I'm not even gonna bother because it's got like 8 left. I'm not even gonna bother. You're just like Aster, you're standing there and you watch and like Ram hits this thing so hard and you expect it to like splinter. However, that's not what happens. It all of a sudden starts to just bleed all over the place.
Ugh.
Mm.
A mouth appears and it tries to bite Ram again, and Ram just smacks it and it just lays there.
So was there anything in it?
There may be some teeth in there.
Do I know what this is?
I would say probably.
Okay.
Given your age and your history, I'm sure you've seen one of these before.
Oh, it was a mimic. Gross. I thought you didn't touch it, Aster. It would have bitten you.
Yeah, I guess that would have been bad.
A little bit.
Got
I'm gonna
so
gather
close
up-
to one-shotting it. With your second hit, you
That's
definitely would have killed it.
ridiculous. God, such a heavy hitter. Ugh. I mean, that is your job, so it makes sense.
It is, I got one job on this stupid ship. I'm gonna do
I'm gonna
it.
add,
It's
I'm gonna add like
stupid, but
500
I'm
points
gonna
to the
do it.
BBEG now, just because.
Well, the problem is I
might
have
not
to
be a
be
bad
able
idea.
to. I have to hit it first, and that's where I fail most of the time.
That's where it's hard.
That's why spell casting is good, because then they have to make the save.
Well, I guess I still go over to the mimic. So I don't know if I know this or what this is really or not, and I'm still gonna like look inside of it,
You can roll me a
like
nature
push
check if you want.
some stuff around to see like, oh, maybe it's like hidden at the bottom of the intestines. I don't know. That's gonna be a 16.
You know that these are creatures, and generally they don't store stuff inside of them. You could probably grab a couple of teeth,
I
but
put some
you also
teeth in
know
my
that
hair.
if you like try to like open it up, your hands are gonna stick to it. So
Okay, I'll just pick up the teeth and just shove it up with the diamond, cause.
I love
And what else
that
is in
your
this room?
backpack is your hair.
I mean, yes, that's where I put my stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a broken down bookshelf in here though.
Oh, well, let's look at that.
I
Got a
hit
mimic
it
as
Most
well.
of it,
just in case.
I can't trust anything.
yeah.
PTSD
Like that-
right after a mimic.
like that meme. It's like that meme where it's like the bartender left, we left, the table left, we killed the table. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you smack this thing with your axe, and it basically just falls apart because it was basically falling apart anyways.
Thank you.
Nothing.
Good call.
Nothing else happened.
That is dangerous.
It was probably a mimic too, but I killed it in one shot.
I appreciate that.
Welcome.
Maybe we should just attack any inanimate object we encounter first,
I feel like this
just
is
to be
a
safe.
good plan, good survival strategy going forward. We'll just attack anything
All
that's
of the
moving or
furniture.
not.
Are there any of the people we just defeated or any of the rooms in here have mirrors in them so that we might be able to safely approach the person we're not
that
supposed to
you've
look at?
seen.
Okay.
Not that you've seen so far.
Perhaps we should buy some mirrors.
Look at Carrie going all Chamber of Secrets on us.
I don't understand that reference, but okay.
Yeah.
Good point, Finch.
That's you.
Okay, well, what do we do now?
Were there any
No.
interesting books in here? Otherwise, probably just move on.
You can make an investigation check if you want to look at the
I'll
books.
help.
Ha! That's a 15.
Woo.
Did you roll with advantage?
But if I rolled with advantage, that's a natural 20! Hey!
Hey!
Why do
All
I
right.
get this now?
Because it's
Could've used it
roleplay,
last
that's why. The dice have a story to tell.
Ooh, that's
We're
Yeah,
down.
when it's roleplay, that's when you roll good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyways, most of the books here are like covered in like when books get moisture damage, they get that sort of like film that grows on them. Most of them are like that. However, you do find one book that seems to be in better condition than the rest. And how long does your arcane awareness thing last?
Only like around.
Okay. It does look very shiny.
But I can do it again.
do it again.
I
Do it again. Do it
Okay.
again.
Okay.
So yeah, the book is magical.
The book.
Wow.
The book. It is.
Is there like any kind of writing or inscriptions on it, or is it just like it's like a blank, shiny cover?
What languages do you speak?
Snake.
You speak snake language.
And you've
yep.
never read Chamber of Secrets. Okay.
Well, Keisha has. Aster has not. Oh my god, where are my words? What do I speak? Abyssal. Common.
Okay. Okay.
And another mysterious word that's cut off.
What's it
Okay.
start
So it's
with?
probably that word. I can't even tell. I just see like the tip of some kind of capitalized letter that it curves.
I can look on your sheet here. Hold on.
It could be an S, it could be a C, it could be a D, it could be a P, it could be a... Yep. O! Oh, it could be an O! What else is curving?
Let's see here.
B.
Languages. Orc, sweetie. Orc.
Oh! I speak
You-
Orc!
you-
See,
you
I told
speak-
you it curves like an
you
O!
speak- You speak Abyssal, Common, Draconic, and Orc.
This makes sense!
That's-
Yeah, nope, it makes sense. It actually does make sense.
Okay.
I remembered why.
It does
Yep.
really make sense
Yep.
that that's one of your
There is
languages.
a
actually, now
reason.
that I look at it.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways,
He seems so weirded out by that.
I'm not.
it is. It's in Draconic, and the title says I can't read my own handwriting. Hold on.
I hate when that happens.
Sorry.
It says a court of wine and song.
Is that a reference to a series?
Is it
No.
a reference to a series?
It's not. No, honestly,
Oh.
it's not. All of this shit is from way before I met any of you. So
Ah,
Oh, see, I've read that book. It's just smut.
Is it?
oh. Is it good smut?
it's not just smut.
I think it's good.
Oh. Okay.
Are you thinking of A Court and Fate of Flowers? Is that what you're thinking of, Keisha?
A Court of Thorn and Roses is what I was
Thorn
thinking
and
of.
Roses, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's like a whole series of.
Oh, it's a book series.
Yeah.
A blank of blank and blank. Yeah.
I'll send you what that does, Keisha.
Yeah, what does it do? What does it do?
Just
It's good for sexy sleepy times. Oh, sorry. Why did you invite me to this game?
Somebody had to run it.
Oh,
just kidding.
me. La, la,
I'm just
la.
kidding, sweetie.
That's fine.
I would not be here if it wasn't for you. So
Ah!
Ram rage?
Right.
Just rage of the, of ether.
the fourth
Yeah.
wall.
No.
Hit the fourth wall.
I'm having a Deadpool moment. Leave me alone.
Mhm.
I'm just saying this game wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you.
You're the one that decided to do it.
Yeah, the second time around because I wasn't sick anymore.
Yeah.
But aren't these good things? Why are we angry?
I don't know.
'Cause I'm
It's
a
fine.
barbarian. Raging is what I do. Hey, Jason.
great. Uh,
Okay, so as you sort of like look through this book,
mhm.
it seems to be a way to summon something.
Ooh, what is it? Are there pictures? Is it tentacly? Because of Cthulhu?
It is not tentacly.
Is it a dinosaur?
So
Is
it's
it a
not that kind of
dinosaur?
book.
It is not a dinosaur. It does
Hey.
not summon dinosaurs.
I want to summon a
Does
dinosaur.
it summon bad things?
You
I
will
know
get
you want to summon a
dinosaurs.
dinosaur.
We will. It's gonna happen. So help me.
Does it summon evil things?
Does it summon?
Aster, as you're sort of like flipping through things here, I'm going to send you the picture for it. You see what it would eventually summon. It would take a little while from the looks of it.
Yeah. Whatever it is, let's do it. It's got it. We got to do it. Show me. Show me.
No, we don't have to do it.
I sent it to you on Messenger.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We have to summon that.
What is it?
Don't have to
It's
summon.
the cutest little precious thing.
What is it though?
You have
Is it
never
actually-
seen Aster react this way before.
Because
Is it
you know
actually
what?
Precious, or is it like?
It is. It's
Aster
very
doesn't
fucking
do
cute.
that. Her eyes just go slightly wide. It's the equivalent of what I just did, though.
So what does it summon?
We need to summon this.
What
I'm
does it
sending.
summon?
I'm sending you guys the pictures.
Like,
The
if you
fungus
Does it
say-
stay
bird.
forever?
Flounder, ferret.
I mean, if you say like baby Tarrasque, we might have a problem.
No, I sent it to you guys on Discord.
But why?
Is it like?
Tarrasque,
Is it like a familiar and it like just kind of sticks with you, or is it like?
I don't know,
it would
but
function. It would function like a familiar.
Oh my god, so cute.
I hate that.
Oh my god, I love you guys
I
so
just
much.
like Aster just like looks at Ram and is like, I would kill everyone for this. Except for my friends.
What did do we know what sinister alchemists do with its fur? The lichen in its fur?
Did you do anything with what? No.
No, but Karini. However, these things are familiar to you. You've seen them.
They're just so
They
precious.
sometimes come out of the gate back home.
Sure,
Aw,
of course they do.
yeah. We need it.
Cute little
Forget
fey
one.
rats.
Hmm.
One
Oh,
second,
good.
Rick, and I'll show you.
I'm going to put this book in my hair and definitely attempt to do this later.
All of a sudden, there's this like squarish section over there that just like sticks out.
Oh.
It's time to invest in a bag for Aster.
We have
No.
a bag of holding. You can just
Yeah,
put
you
it
do.
in the bag of holding.
No, it's okay. I'm fine. Suddenly her bad posture is making a lot more sense.
She's just walking around like this all the time.
It's just hair's dragging. So
It's not
like-
because she's short. It's because her hair is heavy.
Yeah, that's why. Excellent. Well, now we know, after seeing this book, it was all worth it. Oh, and the
Is
people,
that-
we saved people too, but this is the true prize.
Yep, that was the goal all along.
Yes.
So does that mean we retire now? I'm confused.
We should retire and summon this, get a dinosaur. We will ride the dinosaur with our ferret. It's gonna be
I mean, there's so many of these. They're really not that hard to catch. You could just come visit me and everybody one.
But we are visiting you. You're right here.
I mean, in my home.
well, we should go there first and then get some pets.
It's a bit far,
Man.
but maybe later, if anyone wants one. Or we could just sit around like in a cat cafe and pet them.
Oh,
You should not have showed
My
us
town
this.
is
We're
a
not gonna do anything now.
Randy's hometown is a cat cafe for fey ferrets.
much.
Why would you leave?
My god told me I had to.
Well, your god is dumb. You should
God,
defy
it's
that.
very cruel to take you away from these
Wait a
beautiful
minute.
creatures.
What kind of
wait,
cruel, awful god?
What a dick. Fuck that guy.
I already know you don't like her.
Just bad mouthing through God for this one
Definitely
reason.
never met her or know anything about her.
Nope.
No,
No.
definitely not. She's just a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you have a good reason to be mad at her.
Oh, I absolutely do have a
Ram.
good reason to be. She sucks.
I do too now have a reason.
To be mad at her?
Yes.
Why?
Because why would she do that to Karani, taking her away from such a pleasant place? Cruelty.
I mean, the same
Maybe
question could
I'm-
be asked of any of us. Why are we?
I'm trying to save them, that's what it is.
Just wait until they find out about Tim and Anaka.
Or Tim and Anaka? Where'd that voice come from?
Yeah.
Should I
Who
know
said
who that
that?
is? Is
Punch
it
the
something I
ceiling,
wrote
Ram.
down like 5 months ago? Not 5 months ago. Is it something I wrote down a long time ago and don't know?
Like 2 months ago, I think is when we talked about it. But
It's okay. I have a whole family, and I cannot for the life of me keep track of them. So it's impossible.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we go track the lady?
Ram.
I don't have parents. Or siblings.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, but let's move on.
Okay.
oh god, there is nothing else in this room,
Okay.
and now everybody's a little sad.
Why are you sad? I don't understand. It's fine. Can't miss what you don't have.
Well, now you have family, so there's that.
I do?
Yeah, that's true.
I gesture to all of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't realize we were covering, like, broaching that quite yet. I didn't want to, like, come over as, like, too into it or whatever, so.
Says the person who said, "Hi, I'm Ram. We're friends." To complete strangers.
Friends are different than family.
Okay, that's a fair point.
But, yeah.
No, that makes sense because I like my friends. We need to move on.
We're gonna unpack that later. But for now, let's get a wiggle on. Have we explored all the rooms in here? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
You've gotten through all of the rooms now.
Okay. We'll unpack your trauma later.
It's fine. Let's.
No.
This is a good time episode.
I appreciate you and your okay.
Anyway,
So,
you do have 5 people that are still just kind of waiting for you to tell them what to do.
Oh,
why
go
are you
home.
still here? Run.
Leave. Get out of here. You're free.
Oh, and if you could tell the eye people when you see them that we freed you and we're not like part of this whole thing, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, that would be very helpful. Spread the word. Yep.
So Robbie, who is sort of helping you see an older man that you now know as Todd, and he kind of they both sort of nod at you and like, yes, of course, we'll tell them.
Thanks. Because I'd like to stop being stalked wherever I go here. That'd be Okay,
That'll
go.
be fine, right?
Go.
Just shoot.
They leave.
Get.
We're trying to do untoward things here. Leave. Like have emotions, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yes.
Emotions
You
are hard.
cannot
man.
witness this.
Emotions are hard, especially when the Warforged is the most emotionally unstunted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do we know where we're going next? here.
One of the journals that you found had a description of a cave along the coast just south of where you are.
Cave of Wonders. We will find in it for you.
I'd be into that, actually. Let's do it.
Interesting. Never met one of those.
They're past.
Oh.
Let's do it.
let's do it. Our journey's filled with those.
Alright, so we leave, and is there anywhere in town we can, like, buy shit? It's definitely a shopping episode.
Huh.
No, there are no stores in this whole town. I'm just kidding.
Who would have
let's
guessed
say
that?
What are you looking for?
I would
Armor.
like a magical weapon.
Sure, there is a smith in town here where you could definitely get a magic weapon.
Armor.
Armor,
Oh.
also, yes, you could also get armor.
That'd be great. AC 13 is rough, guys.
I love that you're level 8, and that's your AC.
I do recall
Don't
the
judge
13
me.
being rough.
I do magic.
This is why I bought a
Poorly.
breastplate.
So, I want to find a magical great axe.
Yes, I would say that you could find a +1 great axe here.
How much? During this commerce break, go ahead and head to CanadianDice.ca for our sponsor. You can use the code VIVACTER, all one word, for 10% off your dice purchase.
Eee.
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 We do the thing.
Only because it was awkward silence and I was trying to fill it.
Oh.
Sorry.
This
Looking
is
at
what
this list.
That's what he does.
Okay, I know
This-
how hard hunting
This
is.
awkward silence is brought to you by D&D Beyond. No.
Not Hero Forge.
No. Fantasy grounds sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, so according to my list here, 800 gold.
I don't have that much. Never mind.
Really? Wow. I thought we were rolling in it. What is this?
I don't think I do. I don't know. I don't have access to my character sheet right now.
Well,
But I think I have
We
like
do.
400 or something.
I mean, we have a small diamond for Revivify and the bigger diamond in Aster's hair that I don't think Randy knows about.
Nope. Aster already forgot about it.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Yep,
So,
yep,
without,
that track.
without having enough gold, I would like to steal it, please and thank you.
We could try to haggle. Elise, I sure would probably say. Our
That's
voice of
fair.
reason is gone.
Aren't we being followed in this city?
You do not have that much.
Oh
on
yeah,
your
the
list.
eyeball
Yeah.
men. Do we see the eyes watching us?
Make a perception check as you go outside.
I shall. Can I passively do this? Cause
I will do it too.
oh hell yeah!
Bye.
I did a good. I did. It's so good. You'll be like, oh my god, Keisha, you're so good. I'll be like, I know.
You rolled a 1.
Don't
didn't
like
you?
No.
A 15.
22.
Roll. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. 26.
Nice.
This thing.
So- You guys all notice that, yes, you are still being watched. They're not, like, approaching you or anything, but they are still watching.
Okay.
I watch back.
Do we see the people that we rescued being useful and doing as we told?
Oh, yeah. Can we spy on the people we rescued?
I mean, it sort of depends on how long it took you after they left to go outside.
We looked at everything, didn't we?
Yeah. So, sure, you do see them. Like, you see Sarabi and Todd. They're not talking to the one that's, like, watching you, but you do see them talking to one of the eyes.
So I, like, make eyes at the eye that's eyeing us, and I gesture over to the other eye.
Somebody else.
Like, looks at you, looks at the other one, looks at you, and just kind of gives you the... and then, like, goes and approaches his friend.
Yeah, fuck off, buddy.
Just walked by
Say
you and he
out
was
loud.
like this the whole time.
Excellent. Well, that took care of that.
Maybe? I don't know. I
Oh.
still feel like we have some shit to handle, so, like, we may have to fight each other in the parking lot.
We've been taking some Taekwondo lessons behind the Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
fucking-
understand what's happening.
So, I guess we're heading south then.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I realized
Can I use my map that I always, or my book that I always forget that I own, that gives me maps to get a map to the
Yes, you can use your
cave?
I'm sorry,
What do
you
I
have a
have to
book
do
that does
again?
what?
It like shows me maps to where I need to go. I got it when we fought the grass. Forgot about it.
Yeah, it was
Or
the dragon left
dragon.
behind.
Dragon left it.
I got it when I fought the grass. Good.
Because we did
Yeah.
the grass first and then we did the dragon.
Don't need to explain, just end it right there.
Do you still have that item?
It's in
Emily?
Fantasy Grounds, but I can't get in. Every time I go in, it kicks me right back
It's-
out again.
It's
my
also
God,
in our-
same.
It's also in Discord, like in our...
Oh.
Like if you scroll back, it's in there too. But you
luck.
have to roll... Hold on a second here. You have to roll,
If I roll better, then it does better at the map.
Just give me a second here.
Just
It's-
don't remember what roll it is.
It is a... Wait a minute, that's not it. Wrong book. Okay, so you have to roll a... just roll a d20.
Both of those are mad at me, so we'll try another one. 16.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 15 or higher. Alright, so as you guys watch, as Karini takes this book out and like sort of opens up some of the parchment that's in it, she concentrates for a minute and a map appears. And Karini, the last time you looked at this, the map was very like vague. This
Yeah.
one is very detailed.
Hmm.
Like you can see like a detail of the coast, you can see like where you are, you can see it gives you a very detailed of the coastline itself. And
Right.
there's a little like you can see like where you guys are, and you can see where there's another like sort of blinking, it's like a blinking yellow light that you're pretty sure is what you're looking for.
Okay. I'll point to it and say, alright, let's go. We need to go there.
Wait, but first there's like 100 exclamation marks that we have to hit every single one before we get to the blinking light.
Side quest, side quest, side quest.
Yep, all the
They
side
never
quests.
end.
And and dinosaur.
I'm never gonna be Witcher 3. Alright.
Does it look pretty direct, like how to get there? Pretty
Yeah,
self-explanatory?
so I don't have a way to show you on here, but like if you look at the map of the continent, it like if you stay on the coast and just follow it south, you're gonna get where you need to go.
Cool.
Because it looks like it looks like this cave is probably right on the coast.
Great.
Random question, where are we in relation to where Aster's home is? Are we like pretty far from that?
Yeah, you're
Right.
like on the opposite side of the continent from that.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But
Cool.
funny you should say that. As you guys are walking, what is everybody's passive? I know yours is 18, but would
18 also.
18 as well? Okay. And
18
Ram,
club.
50.
15. Okay, so Aster, like, are you? First of all, how is everybody like walking? Like, are you riding on Ram's shoulders? Are you walking? Is everybody walking? What's going on here?
If Ram's okay with it, I would be on her shoulders
Of course.
for this one.
Is the eye still following us?
No.
I'm spinning the book to face the right directions. So I'm walking like a dad with a map.
You're just like,
Like a dad with one of those fold out maps. Like, okay, now if we
Yep.
go on the 95 towards this.
Cute.
like back in the day when you had to print out MapQuest directions.
Oh god.
When you
Well,
actually
if we
have physical maps.
If we hit 131 at this time of day and we hit Grand Rapids about just so, we'll have to go around for, rush hour traffic.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Definitely not. Why would you say that?
I don't know, because you said Grand Rappers.
Rappers. There we go.
There may be some
Rapper.
late summer construction and just starting now.
Fucking
Because they're
fall.
stupid.
Yeah,
Correct.
Same here.
So frustrating.
We've got 2 seasons. We have exactly 2 seasons. Winter and construction.
Construction. Yeah, that
Sometimes
is
you're the same
right.
fucking thing.
Yep, I went to take my favorite way to go to work today, and it was down to 1 lane.
Ooh.
Yep, that's always fun when that happens. Love that.
Anyway,
Anyways, as you guys are walking through, Aster, you feel like you hear it first. You and Karini probably both hear it at the same time, given your perceptions.
Mm.
But you hear a voice sort of in an alleyway that just says, "Aster."
I kind of tap on Ram's shoulder, like
What?
something's up.
Did
Did
you
you
smash something?
maybe be prepared? What?
Okay.
Who? I'm looking in the direction of where I think I heard the voice and trying to
Okay, yeah, so you look and standing in a alleyway with a hood pulled very low, there's a figure there, and they kind of look at you and they sort of make a motion like come here.
Do I need to smash them?
can I do my daily detect magic to see if they are shady?
Sure. They aren't
Cat-
magical.
shadiness.
They don't
Cool.
ping as magic. Just, your friends and what they have and stuff like that, but the other person
Okay.
does not.
Gotcha. I will keep a careful eye if we decide to move forward. Or I'll just tap
Clamber
resistance
down.
on. I'll
and-
tap resistance on you as you go over there.
Yeah. I'll,
Oh, I'm gonna do something too. Hang on, I got a thing that I haven't used. Because I keep forgetting I had it.
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
Okay,
This is the arcane whatever thing.
I'm going to I'm going to poke a finger right in the middle of Aster's forehead, and
Mhm.
a little arcane sigil will appear there. And you, for the next 10 minutes, can roll a d4 whenever you make an attack or ability check.
Wow.
And mine gives you a d4 on a saving throw.
Great. Okay. I
There you
feel
go.
Or
a little
covered.
more confident right now.
Okay.
Walking
So-
over.
Like, we're going with you. I'm just saying, like, they called for you.
Well, I like being like in front, you know, instead of usually being like behind.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach Aster, they kind of step back into the alleyway a little bit, and when you get within like 15 feet or so, they pull back a hood, like they pull back their hood, and just a tumble of like long brown hair and green eyes, tan skin. This is Eskia.
Oh. Whoa.
And she looks a little nervous, but she sees you and like she just kind of looks at you and she's like, I can't believe I found you.
Like two giant people behind you, just like,
Yeah, and she like looks
yeah.
at you like
I totally made myself.
who are you?
she sees Ram and Karani, and like you recognize the look on her face is like the one of somebody who wants to run and very quickly.
Good.
However, she's making herself stay put. And as you guys approach, she is not much bigger than Aster.
Oh, cool. We can take.
Totally take her.
Yeah. Aster's
Well,
like 4
Ram
foot
can
2
take her,
now.
I should say.
This girl
Yeah.
probably 4 foot like 7. Not even 5 feet.
Yeah.
And there's
Crazy.
something like as you look at Aster and you look at this girl, they look similar.
The doppelganger. We should kill her.
What? No. No, it's okay.
Oh.
What are you doing here? How did
She
you
just-
get here?
She just like pulls you into a hug.
Oh. And Aster at first was like just way too confused to like register that was real. But being pulled
Mhm.
in for a hug, she finally just like relaxes and like clings back real tight.
Yes. And
It's been a
they
while.
stand there for a little bit, and she just says, "I know. I can't believe that it worked.
What worked?
Molly did a spell so I could find you.
Why?
There's trouble at home.
Oh. What kind of trouble?
She said that you would know what it is.
Oh. I was kind of hoping that wasn't really real. How bad
Something's
is it?
wrong with the swamp.
Mother couldn't
The-
handle it.
No. Mother's sick.
I'm really glad that you're here. I like turn back to everybody else. Like I'm torn right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like you can tell that I'm like I feel like I need to go back, but then like we also have all these other things that's going on. So I am looking for help. There's
I forgot to
my
unmute myself.
yeah, Ram's just like gesturing.
You're looking at the most charismatic, awkward people in your party. Good choice.
Alright. What does Elise say? Pog?
What is it? Yeah, let's ask Pog.
I know.
Hey, I have a 14 charisma. I'm okay.
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 Way better than my
Not
8.
bad.
Oh my god, it crashed again.
Oh no.
Oh. Mystery.
Hi, we're
Are we back?
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there, but we're back now.
That was weird.
Streamlabs is just being weird today.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Aster's looking at you.
And I look
There's
at her. And she looks at
I don't-
me. And I look at him.
Ham, Bob! Where's an apple? No!
My apples!
So, you have to go, Aster. Hey.
But we're also on the trail, and I feel like we're so close. My home's kind of far.
How far is the cave? Can we tell from the map?
From your map, probably 2 days walk south.
Okay.
So that would be going opposite of where we need to.
Not really. Like you. So the cave is like south along the coast. Your home is like directly east across the continent. Molly did give me a way to get you there. It's just it's fast, but if you have something to do first, I don't want to take you away from that. I know you left home for that, so
What's the way to get back?
she pulls out a scroll.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. How bad is it? Do you think they can hold out for a little longer?
Yeah, Mom isn't great, but she's holding on.
How much time do you suppose y'all have?
It's difficult to say. The corruption has been slowly creeping in for a while now. But at least we know the cause of it.
Are you doing okay?
I'm okay. My
Yeah,
work is more directly with the spirits, you know that.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to be sure that nothing happened and no one tried to pull you into doing anything.
No,
As they do.
Nissa and Aza are the worst.
They are the worst. Screw those guys.
As you kind of looked at you,
Yeah,
like,
we both are just
slightly
kind of like,
horrified.
I don't know. I was just trying to be involved in the conversation. I'm sorry.
oh, it's
She looks at you, Aster. Curious people you keep company with.
there. And Aster like kind of really perks up and is like holding Eskia's hand, like, they're my friends.
Askia gets like the biggest smile on her face and she just hugs you again. She's like, I'm so happy.
She's like hugging back, like, I did a thing.
I
Look
have
at
friends.
me. I have friends.
To be fair, she didn't want to be my friend when she first met me.
This is true.
Askia looks at you and she goes, to be fair, she didn't want to be my sister for a long time either, so.
Well, she doesn't really get an option with that, does she?
No.
If I'm to understand how breeding works.
Yes.
The word breeding just threw me off. I'm so sorry. I couldn't help it.
Ugh, these organics.
What is it?
fleshy-
Fleshies?
Slushy.
The fleshies?
The fleshies.
Ugh.
Sorry, was that the wrong word to use?
You're not wrong.
Ugh.
You'll get used to Ram. Trust.
I'm Ram.
Hi, I'm Askia.
Kirani over there.
Kirani. Hi.
And
So-
technically Elise can talk.
Yeah.
So, what's this scroll?
She holds it out and shows you, and it's a scroll of teleport.
Woo!
So then I guess, depending on what Aster wants to do, you might have to come with us.
Well, if you're gonna go home, I can make my own way home.
But this is fast.
I haven't been out for a while.
Oh, okay.
Aster's been gone for a long time.
How did you get to leave?
Nobody was there to say no. Your mom's sick.
That actually makes
Dad.
sense.
Dad sent me.
For that.
Really?
He sent me to Molly because she would know where you were.
Totally not getting jealousy about
That's just great.
I'm fine. This is Molly. Where do they live? I just want to have a talk. Just a talk. Why are you looking at me like that?
You held it in for so a few seconds. That's great.
Eskia kind of like, she, hands whoever the scroll. And
Yeah.
then like she kind of grabs your hands in hers and she's like, "Can you stay one night? It's been so long."
That is true. Yeah. Well, maybe just for a little bit. I think that should be fine. Right? We're not like in a hurry for like 2 really important things or anything, right?
No, definitely no horrible creature being released at any point in the near future. No, not a thing.
I think Kirani is literally making the face like.
Like, I mean...
Sure.
How about this? I've got a great idea. Because my ideas are always so good.
Yes.
How about you come with us, and while you're on the road, you can spend time together. Because we got 2 days travel ahead of us.
Yeah. If we want to do everything in time, there are a lot of people that are dependent on this. So if you want to come with us, that would be no, I would like that, but you don't have to.
I can walk with you for a day or so.
Okay. And she just like grabs your arm, like does the arm loopy
Yeah,
arm,
yeah.
arm. I can't do it by myself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. the loop. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
you get it. And just like, it's like, all right, we have a lot to do. We should get going.
So as you
Right, we're going there. Let's go.
All right.
So as Karini starts like leading the way, you guys like look around and stuff, and Eskia kind of is like, "So tell me about your friends."
Oh man. It starts with the whole story of how they met on the ship with the incompetent ship driver man captain thing, and like how they crashed, and like how we met Ram's aunt, who's not an aunt, and then like the whole like pig thing, and then like just all the stuff. It's a long story. This is probably the most Aster has like ever talked.
Oh
At
yeah,
once.
for sure.
While she's doing this, I'm just gonna do another arcane awareness.
Okay. Nothing but like your friends sort of ping.
Okay, there's no like, I don't know.
You do not get the identical sensation that
Conjuration
you did with Cottonwood. You do not get the same sensation. figure that's where you're going with that.
Still seems sus.
100% was. 100%. Yeah, so that's fine. I just totally don't stay quiet and brood about Molly and whoever the fuck that is the entire walk. Aster and her sister talk. It's fine.
Everything's
I'm
fine.
Aster, with your passive, you definitely notice the brooding.
I'm not brooding. I'm plotting murder. There's the difference.
I'm still talking, catching her up, but I definitely like reach out a hand and like very firmly grasp Ram's hand and like kind of pull her a little bit in, like indication that even though she's still kind of preoccupied, like telling her and everything, but every time like she gets really excited, you know, she like squeezes Ram's hand and she'll like look up at Ram, like when Ram did this thing, and then like, you know, oh, Ram did this and da da da, and like glancing back at everyone else that's there too. But
The murder intent lessens minutely. Just a little.
goes from a here to a here.
It's okay. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
You do
Okay.
great. Murder your
Yeah.
jealousy, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
All right, so you guys walk for a majority of the day. There is a road that leads south, and you're able to follow it. For the most part, it goes along the coast for quite a ways. But then eventually it does start to like hook eastward, and you'll have to go south, like past it on the like cliff sides.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to get where you were going, you'd have to stay along the coast. The road won't go quite that far, so.
You do that.
Do the
Okay.
thing.
Stay in.
All right. So yeah, and then eventually like night does come, and you'll have to, set up camp eventually,
Or whatever,
but
I
with the
guess.
bubble.
Up the tent.
Yeah.
And I
Yes,
make
we
like
can.
a huge show of it because I bet Molly can't do this. Whole campsite in my pocket.
I make a small
You-
comment of just like Molly. No, just kidding.
No,
Ram does facial
no.
expressions, but for just a moment, a couple of the bolts kind of creak
Just like a
little bit.
flicker of red. Flicker of red.
It's just that tilt of the head, just like
It's fine. Everything is fine.
the day is only getting better.
Yeah, it's great. My favorite day ever.
Excellent.
You make camp, and Eskia is very impressed. Like, definitely never seen anything like that before. And like, whoa, that's so cool. How did you do that?
The portable campsite. Carry it around in a bag.
She just looks at you, Aster, and she's like, you really got out here, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot. We've seen and done and been through a lot in such a short time.
Wow.
Ram
You look
or
Drop
Aster
it.
cast a fire spell.
She looks at you.
And Aster doesn't like actually react to that. Yeah, so
And it did this to me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't say that. You don't say
remember when
that.
Molly cast a fire spell?
I remember when she cast Fireball that one time. No. Oh, no.
She just looks at you, and she kind of like, takes you by the shoulders, and she's like, you're so strong now.
Oh.
And she beat me at arm wrestling.
Yeah, like she holds out her arm like I've worked out a little bit. I grew a whole inch. I shed. And it was a good shed.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good being away from home.
I can tell. Home is okay for me, but I can tell that you're doing well out here.
Yeah. But we'll go back to him when we're able to, once we're done with all of this. Just for a little bit. Just to help him out.
Yeah, it's not like you remember it.
Wow. So Elise, she caused a fire with her fart once. That was pretty interesting.
Esky, like, you guys spend the night just kind of like telling stories and stuff, and Esky is just like enthralled.
Did Askia ever say what was causing the problem where they're from?
Not to you guys, she didn't. She
No,
said to
okay.
Aster that Aster would know what it is.
Oh, okay.
And she does.
It's
you
pretty.
guys have actually never talked about what happened during the eclipse. Like, none of you have ever really talked about it, so.
Well,
Oh,
I'd like
that's
to
actually
point out we haven't had fucking time, DM.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay.
The realization hits everyone at the same
warned
time.
you guys. I warned you when the eclipse happened that shit was gonna hit the fan. You guys didn't believe me. Not my fault.
So that wasn't like a vision of the future. That
We
was
had
things
no
that.
warning whatsoever.
None at all.
Blindsided.
I've been warning
100%.
you since session 1.
Yeah.
No idea.
Blindsided. It was frankly very rude.
It was just so out of left field, man.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. There are not consequences to your actions or anything.
No!
Obviously
Why
not.
would it be?
Why would you say something like that?
Yeah, nothing happened during the eclipse. It's fine.
No,
Don't worry about it.
Everything's fine. Yeah, you would definitely know. It's pretty obvious that anytime any talk, if you guys like attempted to try to talk about like ask questions of like the home or family or the corruption, like Aster would deviate away from that pretty quickly and just not talk about it at all. It would be like, oh, this is how we met Curani, and oh, Ram has a tall complex, and oh, or just like random. Like
Anything to distract from the conversation.
anything to distract, like.
Oh my gosh! Can I insight check Ram's face? Ram's.
Sure.
Is there red
Eye
flickers?
flickers. One eye's just like flickering.
Yeah.
This is what I roll on. Oh my god! This is what I roll well on. Freaking insight. 27.
Oh yeah, I definitely have a tall complex.
Everything else is an 8, but on this I roll a 27.
Right?
I definitely
makes
had a complex when you joined the party.
I want to know what Ram's reaction is to hearing that they have a complex.
Oh no, she's aware she has a complex.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Oh my god.
She's rare.
It's not unknown to her that that is a thing that she has. It's just more like,
Yes, that's correct.
that's correct. Thank you for airing my dirty laundry, Aster.
It's not so dirty. It's just being tall.
Creamy. What's this?
It's like, oh, where's the popcorn?
Definitely didn't have a problem when Curani showed up being tall. And then Cotton
I'll use
showed up being taller.
the hour
She's
one was
there,
really
at
tall.
all.
the hour before bed. I'll use my disguise self thing for bulk thing to look a foot shorter.
You don't have to do it.
I only look a foot shorter.
Yeah.
It's only for an hour. It's something.
Takes you back to standing in Bilphus's shop after you broke his front window.
Oh, yeah.
It was the window on his door. It doesn't count. Not my fault. It was structurally unsound.
Against a warforge, kicking it open.
Yeah, that.
I mean, he deals with warforges. They may be inanimate, but it doesn't matter. He should know. This is a him problem, not a me problem.
Redirecting the redirection.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
For sure. There is a lot said, but nothing said at the same time.
Yep.
And Eskia is just fascinated with all of it. Like, she is just, like, propped up on her elbows, just, like, listening to all of you. Like, just fascinated.
Oh, you should go to bed. You're probably tired.
Okay.
I don't sleep. Oh. I'm
Okay.
assuming
So,
you would-
eventually... Yeah. Eventually, you know, like, she goes to sleep.
She
Elysian
also
pod.
Does she also sleep with her eyes open?
This is just a
No,
family trait.
she has eyelids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's normal.
Yeah, according to the description that you gave me, she's got eyelids. So
Yes, yes.
so they're like, you know, you guys go and make a cuddle puddle, and like Ram and Aster, you guys can sit up and talk if you want, or however you want to do this.
What the shit, Aster?
What?
What's wrong with your home?
Oh. I just don't have any good feelings associated with my home at all.
Okay, yes, I get it. They kind of put a lot on you, and that's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
I more meant the corruption and things falling apart business.
What would I know about that?
Roll me a nature check.
Good nature for a druid?
Totally good at it.
You
Yes,
better be.
I am +1 at nature. I got an 11.
You're not sure,
Yeah.
but you do still have that vision in your head very clearly of what you saw during the eclipse.
I don't really know exactly what's happening, but I definitely saw something strange. This house on legs, moving around, and that is not normal for my place, my
Well,
home.
that's not normal.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's something related with whatever that was. That's what I saw during the eclipse. And
Okay.
I wasn't sure whether to believe it or not because that moment was really weird.
It was a little weird.
Ram, you can roll a history check if you want.
Yes.
So good history.
The description sounds sort of familiar. You've heard of hags that live in similar ways? Would sort of match the description.
Eggs just bad juju.
Yeah, they tend to like corrupt the land where they live, and they all know each other. It's canon apparently. I didn't know that till the other day, but apparently they do.
Huh.
It sort of depends on, like, there are different kinds of hags for one. You never really dealt with any of them. Most of them were like on the other side, like the other side. You didn't really deal with them. You do know that some of them interact with humanoids for their own gain. Usually. Oftentimes they require something from the people that they interact with. So.
Well, I info dump that to.
Just
So you saw this
Yeah.
tree, walking tree,
Mhm.
and that's a hag thing. And is being corrupted. Hags kind of like vibe with that. So I just gonna put this out there, but you're probably dealing with a hag.
Bad one, I guess.
Well, most of them are bad. I don't know of any hag that's not bad.
There's definitely someone that you should meet when we visit my home.
Who?
And she like looks up in the moon, and it's just when the moon is like shining down, so you see her light up, and she's like, Molly. Molly is really cool. I think you guys would get along really well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Molly was, I would say, the first person who helped me on my path. And she saw me for who I really am and helped me out. And she taught me a lot too.
Huh?
And the thing that I am to this day the most grateful for her about is the fact that she led me to you and our friends, which is such an incredible thing. So
How did
she opened up my eyes to everything else in the world. I was so stuck in my head, and I thought there wasn't anything else beyond the swamp, but she showed me that there's so much more out there to see and explore, and I don't have to surround myself with those that don't help lift me up. I can leave and find people who do.
Very true, and a very good lesson from Molly, who sounds like a.
Yeah, I think you guys would get along really well.
I'm
And it-
sure we would.
Aster is too in the moment to like catch any inflections right now.
Yep, that sounds like a great idea. Well, when we deal with these children of air stuff, we'll definitely go do that right away.
She just like kind of like leans against Ram and sleeps with her eyes wide open. That would be nice.
Practice. So I don't have to.
We don't. This is not.
Like, I know I don't have eyelids, I realize the irony, but it's a little more unsettling when you have pupils. I'm just saying. A little more unsettling.
It's fair. I understand. Yeah, okay.
You were supposed to be asleep. You were supposed to be asleep when I suffocated you. It's fine.
can't put my arms down.
Oh no!
Come on, Randy.
What? What is the thing? Tell me the thing. I can't see
It's-
the thing.
It's a movie reference.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Christmas Story.
Oh yeah, I don't know that.
That's a good one.
Shame.
How can you not know it? It literally played 24 hours, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day on one of your channels in the States.
I don't watch TV during Christmas time. It's family time.
I mean,
And
when
getting
we were
your
like when we were teenagers.
Nope.
You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid? You don't know that one?
I mean, I know of that.
Oh boy.
Well, I know that we're gonna have a watch party then when it gets closer to Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas movie watch party. Join us on the Discord to
Yep.
be part of that.
Yeah. And on that note, that's where we're gonna call it for the night.
Okay.
Alright.
Did we level up? No, just kidding.
Literally just
After
leveled.
leveling up. Yeah.
From searching a cave, did we level? No. Okay.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what was happening there with all the disconnects and stuff, but hopefully we'll get that fixed. I'll yell at Streamlabs. Yeah, so join us tomorrow
Thank you.
for our very first Spooktober event. It is Mystery of Minotaur Mansion Minotaurus.
Mysteries of Mansion Minotaurus.
Yeah, that one.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
That's what you have me for.
Fuck. And then on Sunday, we will be playing some Howl of the Carrion King over on DM Jeremy's channel. And then Monday, Mistwalkers right here. Well, not like right here, but like... yeah, we're gonna
Tuesday.
go...
Tuesday.
What's Tuesday?
Teeth.
Tuesday is Jeremy's game. The Tooth Fairy.
Oh, yes! Sorry. I'm like, wait, what?
What about teeth?
Jeremy is running Hunter the Reckoning on Tuesday for our second Spooktober game called the Tooth Fairy. And we're super excited for that. I will not be in that one because it's too late and I'll be sleeping, but it's at 10 p.m. Eastern. So go ahead and give that a watch. It'll be right here on this channel because I gave Jeremy the login. Yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
Probably is. Stick around for the raid though, everybody. We will be...
Forgot about Wednesday.
Oh my fucking god! You do it then.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so on Wednesday, Afi and I are getting interviewed by Tabletop Misfits over on their channel. So come over there and watch that.
Yeah.
Nice.
We don't have anything on Thursday because it's Thursday. And then on Friday, we're back here for Phixius 5. Saturday, we have Becky's game, which is also Spooktober. Please go check out our Extra Life event for the love of God. This is why I don't do announcements.
It's called
I
For
just
the
remind
Love of
you of
God.
them.
Amazing.
You should just give
I
me
just remind
like,
you.
a copy before we start every game so I have all the information because I'm going to forget everything.
You just
Okay,
need a
I will do that.
teleprompter.
Me,
On
Yeah.
Tuesday, we will be doing the
And
game
San
that is
Diego
called...
means whale's vagina. Oh, wait. Yeah,
What?
it's from Anchorman.
I have no idea.
Y'all.
I know that one.
Y'all. That's...
It's been a long time since I've watched.
Okay, so we are going to go raid the Mind's Eye, who is one of our co-streamers here at the Vactaire. Co-streaming is literally just, hey, you know, we're going to shout out your shit, you shout out our shit. Yeah. And then we, you know, just collab and stuff. So go check them out, give them a follow if you aren't already, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. So, bye-bye.
Toodle
Bye-bye.
Rooney. That's not what I wanted to say. Bye.